Okay, welcome back, everybody.
We are back, people.
We're back again.
We're back.
Oh my goodness, we're back again. So, welcome to As the Pages Turn. This is going to be our political episode. So, to all my lovely bookworms who don't want to deal with this because they're buried in a book right now, welcome back to Technical Difficulties.
Technical difficulties right out of the bat.
I'm saying, if I feel like if we've ever had an episode that doesn't have technical difficulties, I swear, like, what would we do? What would we do, Crystal, if we had a perfect?
I honestly do not know.
We would probably lose our minds. So anyways, you guys, welcome back. Is As the Pages Turns again. And now we're on the political episode. So again, if you're a bookworm, scurry on out, go back to your favorite book, hopefully our books. And we're going to talk about the Voting Rights Act, gerrymandering, and all that bullshit. Let's just call it what it is. Bullshit. Bullshit. There. Covered the whole topic. There's your summary.
Yeah, it's just absolute and complete bullshit.
It is. It makes me not just angry. Like, that makes me angry. But obviously, like, it's just sad because our country has had so many issues that could be solved if people were A, not racist assholes, but also B, if like our government actually supported the people who deserve it. You know, women, minorities, the poor, children. Like, I feel like all of these issues come down to one thing, is that our government is so driven by money and power, they don't give a fuck for anybody.
Yeah, so they don't care about us.
Yeah, no, and the Supreme Court, obviously. Okay, well, anyways, let's just jump into the murky water here, Crystal, shall we?
Let's just dive right in. There's no avoiding this crap.
So you may have heard about the U.S. Court Supreme ruling, Louisiana versus Calais on April 29th, 2026. It has been in the courts since 2020. And basically what had happened is that the Louisiana Republican leadership wanted to redraw the state's congressional map to eliminate a recently added second majority black district. The decision triggered a bunch of rapid legal legislative actions. And basically the Supreme Court, instead of doing the right thing and upholding the Voting Rights Act, which, if you don't know what the Voting Rights Act is, it's basically to ensure that anybody of color gets a fair fucking vote. They get a voice, because not surprisingly, there was a time in our government's history where anybody who wasn't a woman, anybody who wasn't a white guy is what I should say first. Anybody who wasn't a white guy couldn't get a fucking vote. Women only got the vote, what, in 1920 something? The Voting Act's rights of, I believe it was, what, 1965? If I'm correct, Voting Act's right of 1965, I think. Yes. So 1965 Voting Right Act was passed.
Yeah.
And this was to obviously help people of color to have a voice, because, oh, look, the old white people weren't letting it happen. So now,
that's true.
A time where everybody, I mean, if you have not heard about it, Texas gerrymandered the fuck out of their map so that they could have all Republicans. California then, in response, gerrymandered their map so that
they let the people vote for it, might I add.
They did. California, yeah. So California actually let their people vote on it, and Texas just did it because they could, because they could do what they want, because their governor is shit. We've talked about their governor. He's shit. Just so you know. If you didn't know, now you know. So
yeah. Shit for brains.
So now we're in Louisiana, where this case was in the court system, because basically I believe it was like a black civil rights group had taken them. It wasn't the ACLU, it was another one. They had taken them, the Louisiana state Republicans, I believe, their caucus, to the court to sue them, to say, hey, you cannot, because they had this map had been redrawn to include the second majority black district. And then Louisiana was like, nah, fam, nah, we're not going to do that. We're going to undo it. We're going to redraw it so we don't have it. Let's erase it. We're going to erase all that. So they did this. So then it's basically been on the Supreme Court books since 2020. Now it got decided because, oh, big surprise, the Trump lackeys on the Supreme Court, plus the old, the old remnants, the 90-year-olds who don't actually want to leave and are racist as fuck. And yes, I actually include Clarence Thomas in this. Because
Clarence Thomas, the ultimate Uncle Tom.
Exactly. Because Clarence Thomas, oh yes, he is black. That is, you're very right. He is black. So how can he be racist? Because he's getting paid to be. The man has been given so much money by rich white people. I'm surprised the money has not turned him green.
He's paid to discriminate against other races, including his own. Thoughtful, especially since he's determined to get rid of programs that made it so he could be a Supreme Court justice.
I know.
Okay, cutting myself up now before I get too angry.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just enraging. And the fact, let's not forget that Clarence Thomas is also fucking been accused of sexual harassment on many of his female employees when he was active in doing that shit. So, yeah, motherfucker. Anyways.
Exactly.
So now it has been decided on April 29th, the Supreme Court basically said, let me read you the summary of this decision, because this is some ultimate fucking bullshit. So what the court decided, by the way, obviously the three progressive judges who are people of color and also women and also have brains, because I don't think the rest of them have brains. I'm sorry.
They have selfishness, Mia. They have selfishness.
Right. So basically, they decided to summarize their decision. They said in the case of racial gerrymandering, the court did rule it unconstitutional to draw districts with specific intent of creating majority-minority seats, even if it's intended to combat the fact that Louisiana had already gerrymandered it to not include African Americans, right? Now, then they went to partisan gerrymandering. And this is how the Supreme Court thought they got away with this, because they included deliberately in this argument the racist people plus Clarence Thomas, included in the argument that partisan gerrymandering remains a political question that federal courts cannot block because of a case Rucho 2019, which I don't know that case, but that's what they cited. The Calais ruling effectively protects partisan maps, even if they have a discriminatory racial impact. So basically they said, oh, because it seems to be partisan, because it's the Republicans versus the Democrats, we can ignore the fact that it's basically because the map was originally drawn so that this second district with African Americans could be heard, their votes could be counted. But then Louisiana was like, nah, we're not going to do that. And then
we're not going to have any brown people vote in Louisiana.
I know. We can't do that. That's not okay.
That is very wrong.
Exactly. So because of that, the Supreme Court basically, they're trying to pretend that they're allowing this, that they had to rule against it because, well, racial gerrymandering is wrong. Yes, it's wrong. But this was partisan. And we can't really rule on that. So it's bullshit is what it's all, just let me tell you what it amounts to. Bullshit. They're basically trying to cover their asses because they look like racist motherfuckers, but that's because they are racist motherfuckers.
Well, Mia, you know the rich white man who tells us we can't vote and men should decide everything. They don't have a cruel bone in their body. They are just doing it because it's the right thing to do.
Exactly. So what's worse about this decision is in Section 2 specifically weakens map makers, or weakens the rules regarding voting rights and map makers. So now that map makers can now prioritize non-racial, and that's in quotation marks, people, political goals like incumbency protection over the VRA mandated minority representation.
AKA racist as hell. And all the women on the Republican side who are craziness, don't worry, you're next. Your voting rights will be taken away.
By the way, Republican women, you're fucking stupid. And let me explain to you why you're fucking stupid. And please, if you want to comment as a Republican woman and say you're not fucking stupid, if you voted for Trump
comment
3 times,
say what you like.
Please say yourself, because if you voted for Trump 3 times and you're okay with this shit, you're fucking stupid. I don't care. Because
they vote for a serial R-word who hurt young girls.
When The Handmaid's Tale comes true, please do not come to me to complain explain because I give no fucks.
Well, the
because you
Handmaid's
guys
Tale
brought
comes
this on
true.
yourself.
You and I will have already had our exit strategy. They
Right.
can live with dealing with it. Okay,
We will be the
have
fuck
already
gone.
left.
Me and Crystal will be like, nah, peace out. We're gone. We're not dealing with this shit. So, anyways,
We have
because of
people in
this,
Canada who will run us through the pipeline. We're safe.
we got people in other countries. We've made our escape plans. Okay.
Yeah, we got.
I got a trans kid to protect. I'm running. Like, forget. I ain't trying to stay and fight this bull. Like, I'll come back and fight. I'm just not gonna get pew pew because I'm trying to. No, I ain't down to play that. So, anyways, in the wake of the rulings, states including Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee have all quickly moved to redraw congressional maps, and basically, this could eliminate up to 19 majority Black districts nationwide. So yeah, racism. Let's talk about it. It's really fucking aggravating. And the thing is, the proposed map is that the Republican lawmakers are advancing a 5-1 map that would eliminate the majority Black district, which then they passed after this decision. So then on April 30th, one day late, they waited one day, people. So then primary elections were suspended on April 30th. Governor Jeff Landry, fuck you, issued an executive order postponing the state's U.S. House primary elections, which were originally scheduled for May 16th. And now there's voter confusion because the suspension had occurred after early voting had already begun. So now, yeah, they're assholes. So civil rights groups and voters have filed multiple lawsuits in all the courts to block it. So, and trying to get temporary restraining orders. So that's the fucking bullshit in Louisiana. Now, let's go to Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee.
Because Tennessee was like, not only will we try to gerrymander, no, we're gonna be real fucking racist, obvious. So the Tennessee Republicans,
to let Louisiana be outshined,
right? So the Tennessee Republicans stripped Democrats from committees after protesting the anti-Black gerrymander map that they tried to put through. On top of that, every single person that they stripped rights from was an African American.
Well, they didn't need that kind of power. They just need to only let their rich white male representatives have power. They're the only ones who know anything. Yes, I'm going to be on the roll with this episode. I'm mad.
Basically, this whole episode is just going to be fucking rage. So basically, they removed their excuse was they removed Democratic lawmakers. By the way, this picture will be this episode because those very courageous African Americans were standing up protesting the newly enacted congressional gerrymander that eliminated the states alone. So this is the only majority Black district, and the state fucking erased it off of the voting map, right? And so because of that, the House Minority Leader Karen Camper said Democratic lawmakers were going to get individual letters removing them, blah blah blah. It's basically a bunch of bullshit.
Basically, and it's some bullshit of which they'll have a bullshit argument. They try to make it sound like this was not for extremely racist and money power hungry reasons, and we all know it was.
Yeah. So, what's the person who decided to do this? Because I wanted to be clear, is Tennessee House Speaker Cameron Sexton, Republican? That asshole, that racist asshole. And by the way, for white people who want to sit here, and I don't even want to go ahead and put bullshit in the comments because I'll just go ahead and erase them. We're fine.
And no, we'll leave it there. They can claim all the bullshit they want if they want to lie.
Right. So here's my thing. I really get pissed off when white people want to be like, well, I'm not racist, but then you do shit like this. I'm sorry. If you are actively trying to make a minority group of color shut up and not have rights, you're racist. I swear to goodness.
Oh, please. They didn't push the brown person in front of the truck for no reason because they were racist. They were just trying to give him some life experience.
It's just wild to me. So anyways, House Speaker Cameron Sexton, fuck you too. I have a lot of fuck yous to go around today. I'm just saying a lot of people have given me, the power to say fuck you to them. So basically they took all the African American politicians and stripped them off committees. Sorry, I'm going to say committees, so that they don't have a voice in the process of anything. So basically, what you're doing to your African American constituents is the same thing you're now trying to do to your African American colleagues. You racist motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just wild to me. So basically they removed every Democrat who was black, every black elected official in the state legislature from any committee. It strips nearly 2 million Tennessee people from representation they deserve. So basically you're just not going to let the African Americans have any kind of rights because
Yeah, they
that's
just want
bad.
taxation without representation here, sweetie.
Yeah, and then also accuse them of instigating and encouraging disruptions of the legislative process with paid protesters and attendees because, you know, it can't be that people are pissed off that you're trying to take away their right to vote. It has to be somebody paid them to have fucking emotions about you people being racist.
Mm-hmm.
Please
It
tell
was
me.
all the setup.
Anyways, the new Tennessee map splits Memphis, one of the largest predominantly black cities in the country, across 3 districts, eliminating the state's only majority black congressional district. And by the way, they did this as they were doing this, you know, on the House floor, Democratic lawmakers linked arms. That's the picture that's going to be on this video, you know, because they're all very courageous to try to stand up for not just their constituents, but for themselves to say, hey, you cannot take these people right to vote away from them. Like this is and yes, will they still have votes? Yes. But the thing is people, and I don't think people understand this because a lot of people I think are like, well, wait, they can still vote, right? Okay. Yes, technically they can still vote. But the problem is that your voting is determined by your district. So if your whole district is now like, if they split it up, they're basically splitting it up in 3, right? So they're basically taking a voting block and splitting it up into 3 smaller blocks so that the votes will not have the power to do anything about any kind of act that they would vote against or for.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it does take away their vote. Yes, they still have a vote, but it's in name. It's in name only. And it's the same thing that happened in Texas. It's the same thing that's now going to happen in Louisiana. And for anybody who supports this, here's the thing. If you are not calling your representative in Tennessee, in Louisiana, in Texas, in Alabama, if you are not calling your representatives and saying you should not be doing this to other voters who are not white, then you are a part of the fucking problem. And you might as well put the racist tag on yourselves, because for anybody, like and I forget what the quote is, but there's a quote about, you know, the people who are the worst are the ones who stay silent and don't say anything.
Yeah. What did it say when the bill told what did it say? They came for the Jews and I said nothing because I was not a Jew. And then they came for this other group and I said nothing because I was not part of the group. Then there was nobody there to say anything when they came for me.
Exactly. And that's another part of this.
I need to record that poem in a short.
Please do. But I feel like there's a lot of stupid white people too. And yes, white people, I'm calling you the fuck out. Because here's the thing. You look at this and you're like, well, it's not happening to me, so why should I care? Or it's just a voting map.
And I'm going to say this just because I'm irritated with this. When everything, you know, began, when the Orange Man came back and everything started, the first thing everybody did was look for members of the African American community, come out, protest, triple down, do everything to really push. And there were members of other communities saying, stop waiting for Black people to solve everything. All of y'all saying, oh, well, I didn't vote for this, or I'm not racist because blah, blah, blah. I know what y'all are doing. You think if you toe the line and support this straight into hell, then all of a sudden everything will end up good for you. And when everything gets worse and worse, it'll be the brown people you expect to dig you out of it. Understand, that's not how this is going to work. You need to stop your crap if you want to survive and for your family's survival, and stop being full of it and realize if these people take this much power, you are screwed.
Yeah, exactly. And that is something, and I think, I have to find it. There was an article and there was this woman there was this Republican like podcast commentator guy, and he was in this protest, the last No Kings protest. You probably saw it, the elderly lady. I think I know who you're talking about, but I don't remember. We've been going through so much stuff. Yeah, so I think it was in New York, and so this Republican podcast dumbass was trying to like rage bait people with like conservative question bullshit. And so he went up to this elderly lady and he's like, well, how do you feel that there's like basically saying, why is there no Black people here or something? And the elderly I love her. Fucking love her. She literally
I know
was
what
like,
you're talking about. I love
yeah.
her response.
So literally, she looked at him like he was dumb, which he was. And then she was like, why should they have to be here? Is it affecting them? Yes. But like, why should they? They literally have been fighting forever to get rights. Do you think African Americans have not been fighting? Like, do you think they've stopped fighting racism? No, they're continuously fighting it. They've been continuously fighting it. So the fact that you want to have this issue that, oh, well, there's not enough black people here or some bullshit like that. I'm sorry. Like, why should they have to? They have been leading the fight the entire time. They have been trying to.
And us and brown people fighting all these years benefits everybody else.
Exactly.
That's why I brought up earlier. The first ones are like, oh, there are no brown people here. Brown people have, especially the African American community. Our people have been putting ourselves first in the fight, have been willing to take the beating for the fight. It's time for y'all to fight, because anybody listening to podcasts laughing, calling us, I guess, a libtard or something. Going on and on about, oh, you're whining, crying, and Trump's making everything better. You know things are getting more expensive. The Strait of Hormuz is closed. And you think handing him and his cronies another election on a platter by allowing this messed up gerrymandering will benefit you in any way? Get ready to expect everything to be more expensive, but do not expect a bunch of brown people to save you this time.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is that, I think there needs to be a discussion too about the fact that, like, I'm sorry, white people, but let's be real. A lot of, let's say out of 90% of white people, there's 20% of us who actually fight and use our voices. And the rest of you all want to sit there and pretend you're not racist, but say, well, just because I'm not saying anything, I don't really agree with it. I don't really, no, okay, well, here's the thing. If you stay silent, you are agreeing with it, because by not doing anything, you are participating. You're allowing it to happen. And also, why should black people have to keep, like, I'm sorry, they've been fighting the entire time. Nobody, I am not going to sit here as a white woman and be like, oh yeah, no, the black people should come and fight because it's about them, right? So they should care. They should be here. No, because they've been fighting the entire fucking time.
Exactly.
It should be the rest of us.
Since the beginning of this country. In the Revolutionary War, the only reason why the USA became a thing was because of a black person. Look it up. It actually did. That is what happened.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in our history that has been conveniently altered, right? Right. Because of the fact that white people keep writing some of the history books. Not all of them, but most of them. And because of this, I mean, one of the first women doctors was a black African American woman who got let in as a fucking joke because they didn't think she would stick, and she did, and she became a doctor. Like, these are things that you can look up, but because that's in book about, like, famous women, and it's very hard to find now because I've looked for it again. So
yeah,
this is what I mean.
The books to hide all of these truths.
And that's the thing, is a lot of people, like, our government and a lot of rich white people have gone to the lengths to try to erase. I mean, look at what they're doing with all our fucking monuments. Look at the fact they're literally erasing. They're erasing World War II veterans, African American veterans who saved people's lives because, oh, well, it implies white people aren't good. I'm sorry, there's some shitty ass white people. Sometimes you have to realize that. And then here's the thing. Once you realize that, what do? You look inward, realize that, yes, white people have been a part of the fucking problem, and then use your voice to speak up. Use your voice to help other people who don't have the same fucking privilege. And it just, I'm always confused when white people are like, oh, well, we're not racist, we're not this, but then y'all just sit there silent when all this shit happens because you think, oh, it won't happen to us, but it will.
They sit there silent, they participated, and they promoted, and it's like, at the end of the damn day, you think because you're white, this will just benefit you, because you go on the age-old adage, when back in the day, poor whites and slaves started talking and noticing that both were being abused. But But the rich whites told the poor whites, well, you're white and therefore you are superior. Only thing you're getting out of this is the right to say you are white. That is it. You're not going to get any money. Your kids will still be in trouble. And if anything, with this psychopath in charge of health, your kids are going to start getting sick with no medicine. And you got to think about it. It's the right to just say you're white, the only thing important.
Well,
when
and it's
will
not
you
even
fight for actual stuff?
It's not even about saying that people are like, oh, saying I'm white is important. It's the fact that like a lot of white people seem to have this idea in their head that like, oh, well, all this stuff was done hundreds of years ago. How does it affect?
Here's 70 years ago, we are only technically, I'm a millennial. I'm only 3 generations away from slavery. My great-great-great-grandparents were slaves. My great-great-grandfather was born at the tail end of slavery.
And that's the thing people don't realize is,
and not even that. My grandfather was born at the tail end of slavery. My great-great-grandfather was a slave.
But also there's the fact that like a lot of African Americans, a lot of people of color, because there's a lot of people of color of all different races who have been trying to get rights, and a lot of the like the job market, house market, a lot of these financial markets have had certain key elements locked out to them. So they've still been fighting. You think civil rights solved everything? It didn't. It gave some power, but then
it provided a minor rickety stepping stone, but it was something to start with. But taking away that stepping stone is going to screw us all over. And I am going to say this to white women: they also need to consider this. When you take away a lot of our rights and stuff, that benefited technically you more than any other group.
It's true, because a lot of women like I don't, and I'm again, the confusion. I'm always confused that a lot of white women who are Republican do not understand. Here's the thing. Women only got power because we all work together, right? Right. But here's the thing is that a lot of you do not realize that you're like, oh, well, we still have rights. No, we don't. I'm sorry. Every time we literally have the worst healthcare in this country is for women and children.
Exactly. And
you don't know this, but it is.
Get paid less.
And on top of that, yes, we get paid less. And the only reason the Civil Rights Act helped a lot of women get power in the workforce, get power into just not being fucking secretaries and maids. That's all the jobs we used to be able to have. Wives, maids, secretaries.
If you were lucky, because I never understood this when I was in college and I would talk to Republican females, they would always be like, oh, I don't like this, blah, 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 Civil Rights Act. It's like they'd be like, we're all equal now. This is unnecessary. And I tell them point blank, you do know white females are the #1 beneficiaries of this. And they'd be like, oh, well, yeah, but I don't think this is fair.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing is that you all think, oh, we're white women, so they won't come for us. I'm sorry. Y'all evidently forgot the last, 5 million years where old white men fucked over women constantly. We were like white women, women of color, like we were fucked over constantly. And the only reason white women got a little bit out of that is because of the bullshit crying and all the manipulation that, we all had to develop to deal with that. But now you all seem to think, oh, well, this stuff can't be reversed because it's set in stone. It's not set in stone, though.
None of this is set in stone. Ladies, y'all might as well just pick your spot out on the street corner now, because I'll be like, there's few jobs left, and that's going to be the only one that pays.
And that's the thing is, I don't know if you've heard the recent talking points from JFK and co, but they're talking about the fact that they're upset that teenagers aren't fucking getting pregnant anymore.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
A very concerning statement. I don't understand why I did not hear more concern, because that scared the ever-living piss out of me. Because what do you mean, this teenager are getting pregnant? I have teenage nieces and nephews. I better not see one of them being at risk of getting pregnant.
Exactly. And that's the thing is people don't literally everything the government is literally talking about, all of the fucking stupid ass cronies in there of Trump, everything they're talking about, voting rights, it is going to affect women, especially white women. Talking about no teenage pregnancies. Okay, so they want us barefoot, pregnant, and unalived because guess
they
what?
Want the baby to be born and then slowly starve to death because
they just want the boost of numbers. They're not looking at any of us as people. So here's the thing: is that if you're so concerned with it doesn't affect me, hey, maybe look into it and realize it does affect you. So now is your time to be selfish as a white woman and be like, hey, maybe I should change this. But generally, overall, to all white people, you need to realize that like racism, because of the Voting Rights Act, did not just go away. It's still been around fucking constantly. There are literally laws that only just got reversed in the last 10 years about being out after dark for African Americans and people of color.
Yeah,
so
and unfortunately, I'm going to throw this that it's still technically legal to rape a Native woman on Native territory. So you got to think about that.
Exactly. There's so much bullshit, and it's like you need to realize that you need to get on the right side of history, because as it is right now, you're not going to be on the right side of history. You all are going to end up locked up, barefoot and pregnant, and then I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear shit from
I don't want to hear,
because you will have let us get there. Because the 20% of us that are actually fucking fighting for the right side of history are also going to get fucked over with the rest of you, because our voices weren't enough to change anything. We tried, failed.
We're trying, and we're also telling all of y'all, get off your lazy asses, contact and harass your representatives.
Exactly.
Stand the hell up. Don't just sit there and be fucking complicit saying none of this matters. Yes, the hell it does.
Yep, that's the thing. If you say nothing, you are just as bad as the people doing it. If you don't, and here's my thing, I don't require you to be like, I'm not saying you have to be in the streets every single time, but you know what matters?
Protest besides being in the streets. I mean, you and I are protesting right now on the podcast.
You can put your voice online. You can call your representatives. There is a list of things. If you're in Tennessee, Alabama, Louisiana, or Texas, call your fucking representatives. Call the governor's office.
Got rolled over the most, but you need to stand up. But you really want to continue to struggle?
Use your voices to make those calls and say, look, I'm not going to fucking take this. You need to stop this shit, or I will make sure you get voted out. Call for a special election. Start a fucking, because I believe you can call for special elections if you harass your legislatures enough and if you have enough signatures. I haven't looked into it for every state.
Well, the thing is, we have to fight because November's going to be hell. These people know that people are angry and they're going to do everything to cheat in November. You got to think, if they're working this hard to cheat and they do not believe they can win without cheating, that should tell you all you need to know about what their agenda is.
They know how people are upset about what the $10 gas price is, inflation. Let's not even talk about how much money I've had literally since prices have gone up in the last half a year. I went from spending $200 at the store to $300. Literally, inflation has gone up.
I went to the grocery store, bought barely anything, and I spent $50.
Yeah, exactly. Like, especially with like fruit and vegetables and stuff that we need for our diets. Like, everything costs so much, and that's only been half a year.
They don't want to see that real food.
We're heading to a recession really quick, and we're definitely following the Rome playbook. Let's just put it that way. So anyways,
let's just say President Xi has reason to celebrate. China will overtake the U.S. if this continues.
Right. I mean, it's not even China. It's just we are going to sink ourselves. We are going to sink ourselves by not speaking up and by not trying to fix these wrongs. So anyways, is there anything happy? Is there anything...
I think we went over everything happy in the book episode.
I know. Well, we could talk about Mr. Tenderizer. He's working on getting his business.
Mr. Tenderness, and why was there a new update?
I know. Well, I think we talked about this, but it was off. There was an update, and it was really karma for the owner of the barbecue. So he did this video where he cooked some ribs, and the meat. By the way, the meat was not falling off. The meat was terrible.
He said that meat is supposed to fall off the bone.
He literally said that. So the owner, Mike or Joe or something, he literally was like chewing on this hard ass meat. Like, the meat was not tender, people. It was not falling off the rib.
Look like it was perfect.
It looked bad. It looked undercooked, actually. And he's literally gnawing on it, like, oh, it's not supposed to fall off. That actually means that you've overcooked it. I'm like,
dude, something like that was somehow impressive.
Yeah, he tried to say that his ribs were fine, but anyways, it was ridiculous. So Mr. Tenderizer
cooked ribs. I know if we ate there, the only thing we would be doing is throwing a tantrum.
I mean, I already have a broken tooth. I don't need any more broken teeth. That's all I'm saying.
I think that would break all of our teeth because that meat looked like it wasn't juicy. It really did look like it was ready.
It
You know
looks
when
so
you smoke
bad.
stuff, you gotta be prepared because I was showing off this to everybody because I just fixed my smoker.
Yeah.
And Mia got annoyed with me not bringing her a plate, but
Yeah,
I
was not given a plate.
For these 10 hours to the point where it was fall off the bone, juicy, just ready to fall apart.
Right.
That's how you want your meat when you
Exactly.
smoke it. If it's not to that level, it's probably not cooked.
Exactly. So anyways, we'll end on that guy is just making so more karma. We ended on a good karma.
Of himself. It's really the only good thing we've heard recently. We promise to bring you guys some good vibe stories when we hear some. There's just too much going on from the Strait of Hormuz to Trump's constant harassment of the Pope. I don't know what the hell is up with that.
You know what? I just can't even. I will say I did hear something funny about how JD Vance got booed somewhere and then somebody else got booed at a school. Like they went to an art.
I've been hearing they've been getting booed.
I know.
JD Vance's case, I want to say this. Not even the Republicans like that couch fucker, so I don't know what he plans to do.
Allegedly, fucked a couch, Chris. Allegedly. Crystal, you know our rule. Allegedly
fucked the couch, even though we have reasons to believe he did.
Allegedly. Just keep it to allegedly, people. So anyways.
We can also, talk about Erica Kirk, making herself look like a fool.
Oh God. Let's not. I refuse to give that woman any attention. I'm sorry.
Yeah, fair point.
You know what? My stance is I'm sorry she lost her husband. We're gonna leave it at that because everything else is just a mess.
I allegedly feel that she's not all that sorry.
Oh yeah, but I'm just no, we're not gonna give her attention. But anyways, I will post let's post some phone numbers down below. We'll post some phone numbers down below about how you can reach out to your legislators in different states.
Because it's not that hard. Call them, harass them, make them know you are serious. This gerrymandering bullshit needs to end.
Yes. And the thing is that yes, the Democrats are now trying to gerrymander to try to fight it. But the problem is there's not will that help? Maybe. But is that the solution? No.
Can pull it through. It could help. Really,
but it's not the solution.
Because they can get enough seats if they do it. The thing is, they want to let the people vote for it and give us the decision. Well, give their constituents the decision.
But really, it's
just doing it.
It's the gerrymandering is not going to solve anything. It's really not because so one state's going to gerrymander for this, another state's going to gerrymander for that, and then all you have is a bunch of fucking gerrymandered. That doesn't solve anything. It doesn't. Solve
If anything, we need to make a point that when heaven willing we get through this, we need anything consider making gerrymandering illegal because it shouldn't have been allowed to be a thing.
Yeah, exactly. So regardless, if you're in Alabama, Tennessee, Louisiana, or Texas, definitely say some shit.
Florida, Mississippi,
yes,
South Carolina, North Carolina.
Yep.
Did we say Tennessee?
Yeah, we said Tennessee. Yeah.
Okay.
Just call your representatives, cast your votes because midterms are coming up. Cast your votes and make your vote.
Show up and vote. VOTE vote. Don't let these people discourage you. You
and also,
because they really are trying to encourage you not even to show up.
And also, another way to help in the voting is to look around you, talk to your community, see who needs a ride. Make sure everybody is able to get to the voting block and make their vote heard. Like, make sure you're helping your fellow community people out because that is another way that we will be able to fight this.
There are a lot of groups like Souls to the Polls that make sure everybody take everybody to a polling place. You may want to volunteer for things like that to help out.
Or just help talk to your neighbors. The thing is that I really do feel like the more community you reach out to, the more people you try to help, the better things will be. So just reach out and try to help people. That's all I'm going to ask. And call your representative.
Don't just sit there being angry and saying, "Oh, none of this matters." Stand up. Get off your butt and stand up.
Exactly. So
you don't have to march in the streets to protest. You can be like us and bring awareness on the internet. You can join different groups that are
make videos,
get to the polls, everything.
And I will say, if you're anybody who wants to have a voice in this political discussion and you want to come on our podcast about it, fucking leave us a comment. Like we do not mind having people up to talk about politics and have these discussions. If you're somebody who's been affected by some of this bullshit, reach out to us. We're here to put your voice out there because the thing the least you could do is raise your voice. The most you can do always try to put your voice and help others raise their voices up. So, with that all said, karma is coming for a lot of people. Hopefully, everybody cross your fingers.
Yeah,
knock
karma
on
is
wood.
coming. Plus, you have to remember that orange demon won't live forever, and then what will you?
Right. Okay. So, anyways, let's not. I don't even want to talk. He drains me of thinking and energy and everything else.
I know. I mean, he's the reason why it took us forever to pick a topic. He won't shut up.
I know, dude. We were literally. You don't even know, you guys. Let's. We were like, okay, what should we talk about for the political, right? And literally, we had like 600 comments. We had 600 things.
Yeah, I mean, we even were debating whether or not to talk about that ballroom bullshit that we don't want, and he's making us pay for.
It's so ridiculous. There's so much shit we could talk about that literally, like, I feel bad for any of the progressive commentators, like, you know, Francine and, you know, different people who are trying to represent progressives, because there's so much shit. Like, you don't have a life outside of this. I feel bad for them because they don't even have the luxury of talking about books. They're just all straight commentary on politics. And there's so much crap.
Man, might I add, since you mentioned the books, technically, we're able to put our rage about this stuff in our books in our own creative way to bring more awareness, so we don't get a full break.
Yeah, that's true.
But books, despite what you shitheads say, are political. They pretty much have always been. It's how people carry their voices. I mean, what do you think half these stories are about?
Yeah, that's true. So anyways, you guys, please call your representatives. Please vote. And also, we care about you. We hope everybody stays safe during this time. And we hope that you subscribe, leave comments.
Comment,
Also, if you have different things that are going on in your states that are just terrible with politics, post in the comments. Let us know. We will happily deep dive into anything and talk about it because we're here to help. We're here to put our voices out there. And yes, we have a small community right now, but we're working. We're going to work on it.
We're growing it. It's getting bigger. We got some more subscribers. It's just we had to leave for a minute because of convention, but we're back.
I know, we're back. We're going to be doing some lives on TikTok too. So we are planning stuff. Hopefully we can we have like 5 million people we still need to interview for book stuff. So anyways, you guys,
I know some of them are overseas.
I know. So please stay tuned, you guys. And if you love books, watch our book episodes. If you like politics or you want to keep up on politics, please watch our political episodes. And we care about you. We appreciate you. Have a wonderful night. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And Crystal, I'll leave it to you to end the episode.
Pissed as hell, people stand up, harass your representatives, and don't let these people take away votes.
Rah, rah, rah. We're there for it.
Yeah.
Okay, love you guys. Have a great night.
Okay, love y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye.